Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a chart which I think is super important if you hold coins outside of the top 10, which I assume most of you guys are. Coins like Ondo, coins like Casper, Tau, Say, and even low caps and meme coins are all determined by this chart that I'm going to share with you in today's video. But before we get into it, please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I upload every single day on the channel, keeping you guys updated with the latest and the greatest projects, as well as the most important charts in the space. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. Also, don't forget the fact that I have a Discord group that's active 24/7. You can see right now as I'm filming this video, there's a ton of people. I'm not even in there. There's a ton of members talking about the markets in a voice chat and talking about the markets in text channels, sharing really helpful information that's going to really aid your crypto journey. So check it out, guys. You can join this by getting on the VIP membership linked down below. So it all comes down to this chart, guys. It is the others chart. Now, I see a lot of people talk about total 3, which represents all the cryptos excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. But the issue with total 3 is it's heavily skewed in two ways. Number one, there's a lot of stablecoin market share in it because it includes USDT and USDC. So you're getting stablecoins in this market cap, which isn't necessarily the most helpful if you're trying to look at altcoin appreciation, right? You're getting stablecoin market cap increase as well factored into this chart. And then the second thing that, makes me question this is that it's heavily skewed by coins like XRP, BNB, and Solana, 3 coins which I personally don't hold any of. So if I don't hold these coins, why am I looking at an index that's heavily skewed and weighted by those coins? I'd rather look at the others chart, which is, much more representative of the coins which I personally hold. The likes of Ondo, Say, and you guys know if you watch the channel, Aerodrome, and some meme coins. So this is the chart I would be pinning to your TradingView pages, guys, because it's a really, really important one. And you can see right now, as we speak, we are actually trying to get above this critical resistance. And I put an alert out in the VIP group warning of a potential rejection here. I think there's a good chance we can push past it, but there is also a solid chance we reject. So it's almost like a 50-50 chance for me what goes on here on this next move. Now, if we do reject, it's not the end of the world. We maybe just consolidate a little bit and then we finally obviously break this resistance. But what's really key with this chart is just how far down we are compared to all-time highs. Now, you may be looking at this chart and you may be thinking that is the all-time high up here, right? This kind of December, January pump that we had following the election results in November. However, that is not the all-time high. A move merely to that level, which obviously is the recent high, would, it would be a significant move. Let's just work it out. So we're at 287 billion now. If we were to go to those highs, you'd be looking at a 57% move on others. However, the real all-time high on others is all the way back in 2021. And that's the crazy thing, guys. We have not got to 2021 bull market levels for the altcoins in general. And that's crazy because since then we've had, huge inflation. We've had 5% inflation, 10% inflation. We've had very high inflation figures since then. So if you actually adjust it for M2 or M1 or whatever, if you adjust it for the money supply, we're down even further. So we're still down a ton from those 2021 levels when it comes to altcoins, especially altcoins outside the top 10. Now, some of the big altcoins, the likes of Tron, BNB, Solana, they've done quite well this bull run. They've made new all-time highs. But the majority of altcoins outside of the top 10 are still lagging behind. And once this chart breaks this resistance here, we are going to see a major move to the upside. And I personally predict that the move takes us to these highs that we can see, back at 2021, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal if we can do that. You're talking like a 70% move to those highs, okay? So this is what I'm personally looking for right now, guys, is a, major move to the upside. Obviously, there's a chance we reject along the way, but I'm personally watching for a move up to these 2021 highs around 490 billion. And if we get to that and surpass it, then you're probably looking at the next, official fib level. And we can do some kind of more short-term fibs. We can go from this high up here in December down to this low. And in terms of the fibs, that's taking us to the 1.618 being around 622 billion. Now, if that was to happen, let's just work out the exact gains you're going to be making as a baseline target, okay? You got to realize this is a baseline target I'm going to give you now. This is not what you're going to make. This is just the absolute minimum. And that's at 110% pump to the 1.618. Now, what you need to realize is on this channel, I support the idea of holding quality altcoins, not random coins, not dinosaur coins, but quality altcoins which have a lot of catalysts coming their way and they have good backers and good charts. And I'm already drastically outperforming the market right now by many degrees, in many factors, okay? Let's say today the market's up 5%, hypothetically. My portfolio is probably up 20%. So I'm probably right now outperforming the market by a factor of 3, 4, or 5 on every single pump. I'm picking the winners day in, day out. And you can just check for yourself, because some people think I'm just exaggerating and I'm just using hyperbole. But you can check for yourself every single day in the top 100. Go and have a look what the top gainer is on the day, on the week. Quite often, it's one of my picks, whether it's Aerodrome, Say, Ondo, whichever one it is. Quite often, it's one of my core picks. And there's 100 coins in the top 100. Maybe I hold about 6 or 7 coins in the top 100, and those 6 or 7 are consistently the biggest gainers on the day. So that's something which I really want to emphasize to you guys. So yeah, maybe it's a 100% move left on others. Maybe it's a 60% move left on others. But the reality is, if you're positioned accordingly, you are going to drastically outperform that by many orders of magnitude. So a 100% move, maybe your portfolio does a 5x, maybe a 6x. A 60% move, maybe your portfolio does a 3x or a 4x or something like that. So generally what I'm saying is, that's just the baseline. That's just the target. That's the minimum target. In reality, our portfolios are going to drastically outperform what the others chart does. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of YouTubers out there who are going to tell you your portfolio is going to 20x, 50x, 100x. I'm not going to do that. I'm a realist, I'm very logical, and my predictions have come true enough times for me to not have to overpromise you these preposterous results. My results speak for themselves. You see it day in, day out when you're looking at the market, that a lot of the coins I talk about are the biggest gainers in the entire market. If you want to join my group, check the link down below. I'm dropping my buy alerts and my sell alerts in real time. And as I showed you earlier, you also gain access to a Discord community which literally never sleeps. You can talk to me on voice chats. You can talk to fellow members. There's a lot of high net worth, intelligent individuals in the group, and you're going to learn a ton the moment you join. Thank you guys for watching the video. Smash a like if you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye.